He was killed in a gunshots fire in a bar in Negril. I don't have what to do in Jamaica anymore. I don't want to come to Jamaica. I felt so afraid, so sad. Today we will talk about my story with my someone in Jamaica. We were in a kind of relationship and how it goes and how we met him and what happened to him.
Before that, we're the YAMAN Girls. We are sisters. We came to Jamaica first time 3 years ago. Since then, we fell in love. And now our relationship with Jamaica is we're making this vlog and music in Jamaica, and our plan is to do an album. So now we publish first song. 3 years ago, me and Bao flew to Jamaica.
Yeah, for the first time in our life.
Yeah, without knowing anything about his culture, about his country. And I don't know how both of us fell in love with the country and be in a situation that my boyfriend is from Jamaica and he moved to Israel. And she met someone also in Jamaica and we became like a four, you know, we traveled together for a long time.
Yeah.
So, you want to start?
Yes. I remember when we were 3 years ago, we came to Jamaica, and at the beginning we were so afraid to go out from our Airbnb when we landed, and then after 2 days in Mobe, we decided to go to Negril. I planned the whole trip, and Ayelet was the one who booked the Airbnbs and the flights and stuff like that. My plan was to go to Negril, and after
To do
that,
tour all
Yeah.
around Jamaica with
Yeah.
a car. So we've been in the traveling, like in Jamaica.
We did all the tour around
We did a
Jamaica. We
tour.
came to Kingston, and then we went to Negril in the second time because we really loved Negril.
I met my boyfriend and we started to travel with him, me and Bar. After 1 month, he wasn't my boyfriend back then, of course, but it was like we met him and something happened and we kind of traveled like for a long time, and we decided, me and Bar, to extend our trip. It should have been 1.5 months. We decided to just open the ticket and stay in Jamaica for
3
God
months,
knows,
you know.
God knows.
Yeah.
And we reached to Negril again.
Yeah, it was our second time in Negril because we really loved Negril, and we met some friends there, and we played cards
on the
all day
beach.
long. And
We used to go to Bourbon, to the bar in
Yeah, the
Negril.
Bourbon
Back then
bar.
it was really like, because it was the only bar that was open because
During
of COVID,
COVID.
during COVID. So we were there every night and we met there.
it was not like that. We were one day, Chanel, her boyfriend, left to Mobile. We needed to do some arrangement, so he left, and then we stayed at the beach on the bar. And the bartender was hitting with me because Ayelet wanted free drinks, so she gave my number.
It wasn't like that.
It was like
He was
exactly
handsome,
like that.
so I was okay. Listen, she's available. You're.
And then he brought us a lot of free drinks every day, you know, all day long.
But then he disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay, like they started something between them, but he disappeared. Kind of, he stopped answering, and apparently it's really common to Jamaica.
Yeah,
It's
I
happened
didn't
a lot.
know that.
We didn't know that.
And then in the same day, we saw one guy that is like really
He
full of
looked like
life.
a kid. Okay, he looked like 20 years old.
Yeah, he full of life. It was full of life with a lot of happiness and fun, and loved to dance and played football on
Yeah,
the
he was
beach,
playing.
and really loved to watch him doing stuff around the area.
It looks like he's really enjoy his life,
Yeah.
you know, and I love that kind of people. I'm like, I want to be around those kind of people in my life. I don't
Right.
want to be around people who are melancholic and like, I want happy, I
Yeah.
want joy. you know?
Also, he was with a lot of difficulties,
A lot.
and we can see that, but it was optimistic. So we really drawn to his energy. And Ayelet, and one day in the same day, it was like we were in the middle of the day, and
We drank a bit,
We drank a bit,
oh.
and it was music, and he danced on the bar, like near the bar. It was like that, and Ayelet looked at him, and she told me, "Look at him. I love this guy." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've been watching him all the week."
But Bar told me, but he's young.
Yeah, he's young.
He's young.
He's a
Bar
kid.
is 34 years old. He looks like he's 20. And I was like, I
He's
don't know.
kid. Yeah, that's what I said. He's a kid. I can't, you know. And then I asked him if we can play with them football. There were a bunch of guys on the beach. So
They were, of course.
yeah,
very
and
cute.
it was nice. Yeah, they start to teach us stuff with the ball, and yes, it was funny.
And then I asked him how old is he, and he was like, I'm 35, and then Mo was like, what? And he said 35, yeah. And we were like, no, not really, because he looks like
You are
20.
lying.
And then he was like, yeah, I'm 35 now. He has pecs, and like, I don't know, in Israel, people with pecs, they're 20s, but 30, once you become a father, that's it, the pecs are gone. And then,
Goodbye,
and
Bex.
then, and then he was like, yeah, I'm 35, and Bar's eyes were opened, you know. She was like, okay, he's
Hello.
not 20 as I thought he is, okay. And then something, started to happen between them.
We just started to talk, and the 2 days after, he told me that he loved my energy and he wanted to hang out, and we just get closer and closer.
We were together. Janile, my boyfriend, he came a day after, and Bar and him, they became like, their bonding, their relationship became stronger in time, and we stayed in Negril for a long time. But he was a street boy, and he worked beside Negril, and he couldn't really effort himself to go with us around Jamaica,
island.
and we couldn't pay because we don't really.
We
so
were
that we are
students,
rich,
yeah.
so that we are rich, or like we really wanted to take him, but then it's like we knew we don't have money because it's not that we just need to pay for him; it's also like his rent and like it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really option that he will come with us, and we didn't want to stay only in Negril because it cost for us a lot of money, and in Mobe we had an apartment, but we stayed in Negril for a long time, and they become really like deep, and
Yeah.
we became a good friends, and we were together all day long, and we really like it was our deepest connection in Jamaica
Right.
after my boyfriend, that we were with him so much, and every night going out together and having fun together, and he was really amazing person. Yeah.
And I remember one day we stopped without any place to sleep, and then we
Yeah.
came to his house, and his house was
So minimalistic.
Yeah, I was so shocked.
No
It-
water in the toilet.
And he told me, I will go to bring you water, and I'm like, everything is okay. Tomorrow we are going to the Airbnb, and then you can come with us.
Yeah, he was staying with us at the Airbnb because it was more comfortable.
Yeah.
And it was really
But-
fun.
But to see the TV
Yeah.
in his house, it was amazing.
Listen, he doesn't have a kitchen. He didn't have a kitchen. Not, I don't know, water in the toilet, in the pipe. You cannot take a shower there, but he had
Big
big
TV.
TV and a lot of perfumes, a
Yeah.
lot, and clothes.
With holes, but clothes.
Yeah.
It was clean, and you wanted to look good. All the people really care about how they look,
In
the
Jamaica,
appearance.
the appearance is so important.
Yeah, and
and
the-
something we love.
Yeah, and the body, and like to maintain yourself. I
Yeah,
like
to
it.
look good.
Yeah.
So it was really like that. And we traveled with him for a long time, and we were in Negril for a long time.
and
It
he
was 3
came
months.
he came to Mobe also
To
one
Mobe,
time
yeah.
because he was working in Lucia. One time he was in Mobe, and he told me where he is, and then I understood that he's in a community that I don't want to go there because it's not that it was before I knew how Jamaica works. Like, you can bring me to your community when you know me, and nothing will happen to me, even though the community is not that good environment.
But the fact that you're with that person.
Yeah, but I didn't know that back then, and I knew that this area is not that good, and I was afraid. So I told him that I don't want to come to that area, and then he got offended, and he didn't want to speak with me for a while. And also, I understood there that he has a lot of difficulties to reveal himself
Yeah.
and talk about the pain stuff and the painful stuff. And I told him, talk to me, tell me, and he didn't want to answer. And then I called him in
Phone call.
yeah, but he didn't know that it was me.
They like in a different number.
Yeah,
But
and then he answered, and I'm like, so you are okay? Everything is okay with you? I was afraid.
she didn't understand that he just ignored her. She thought something happened to him because he just stopped
Because
answering.
every time,
in the middle, like,
but every time something happened to him,
Yeah.
someone with the police, something with this, I don't know, car. Every time something happened, and I'm saying to Ayelet, like, I laugh about that because what are the odds? Also, Chanel has a friend that was with us, and the day after he told her, "You don't understand what happened to me. I
The
vomited.
police
The police took me," and I'm like, "What is this? I don't understand these
Stuff
stories."
happening in Jamaica.
Like every time, and sometimes I don't want to believe that, and sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe this is, I don't know what to do with those circumstances.
So after we were with him for a long time, 3 months and stuff, we went back to Israel and we broke up with him, kind of.
It
We said
wasn't-
bye,
yeah,
and
we
it was
said
like
bye.
later. And
I
he
said to him that maybe we will not see each other again, because I didn't have the plan to come back. I didn't think that I will come back and this will be the relationship with Jamaica. But I told him that should need to say goodbye, and I knew that he cannot come to Israel and we cannot really be
continue
together.
the relationship. And we went back to Israel
And we
in November 21.
it was in November. yeah.
November 21, we went back to Israel and we continued speaking to him.
Every now and then, and
Yeah,
then
we were calling him video,
Yeah.
and we were speaking a lot actually.
because we really loved him, we really bonded with him. And then it was September 22. I got a message from a chef that was in Negril, and he saw us together, so he knew that I know this guy.
In Jamaica, everyone knows everything.
Yeah.
So if you're on the street with someone, everyone knows you're together, and they will not really try to, to do something too, because
Not
they know
in
you're
front of
with
your
him.
face or his face, but
Yeah,
behind the
behind
back.
yeah.
It happened a lot. But this guy wrote to me on Instagram message, "Do you know this guy?" And then he sent me this his photo, and then he told me he was killed in a gunshots fire in a bar in Negril. And I'm like, what? And it was really random, like, because in the same time it happened, I felt really not good, and I wrote something on my diary, and I felt that I'm saying goodbye to someone, and I didn't know what or when or what I'm feeling. And then I went to sleep. I was crying. I went to sleep, and then I woke up at 5 a.m. in Israel time, and I saw this message on Instagram, and I'm not looking at my phone, and I'm not going to Instagram, and I felt something, and then I saw this guy, and I went into this message.
Random message.
Yeah, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh my god, and and my heart was beating so fast, and I told him, you are not saying you are not sending message like that. It's so random. What is that? What are you saying? It's real. What are you doing? I was so pissed at the messenger, and then he went to sleep until I saw this message. In Jamaica was really late, and I sent him a lot of messages, like pissed messages, and then I told him I want information. And then it was 24 hours that I just
Because in Jamaica you cannot see, like we try to look at news and a lot of things and you don't know. And I was in Thailand in the same time, and she called me, and I was with my boyfriend in Thailand, and we were like, what? And Chanel started to look on YouTube, some channels that this is what they are doing. They report about every gunshots you have in Jamaica, around Jamaica, and he started like to search, because it's something that happened
a lot.
every day. So
It's
difficult to really report everything, but this channel, that's what they do. And
then someone told me, did he got trouble or something? And I'm like, no, I know
He
that
was a good
he was
person.
a good person. He told me every day, I'm doing the right thing, I'm doing the right thing. It was really important to him not to be involved in those kind of things. And I knew that he didn't. And it was so ashamed, because I thought to myself, maybe I want him to be involved in this and not, and it will not happen in that kind of situation. It was just drinking at a bar, and someone
try to kill someone
tried
else.
to kill someone else, and just shot in every
5 people.
Yeah, he shot in five people,
people.
and just got this bullet on his head, and I understood that he was killed.
Immediately.
Yeah, and it's murder, really. I can't even explain it. And I couldn't really go out from bed 3 days, and my parents didn't know what happened to me, because they didn't really met him. I didn't speak about him, and I didn't know how to grief. And then they came to me. I couldn't go out from the bed, and my mother came to me and asked me about what happened. And I'm like, I started to tell her about him and this story. And my father came also, and I was shocked. And I don't know how to explain even. It's really a hole in my heart, and every time. And I wanted to come to visit him on December, and then because Ayelet also planned to go to visit Chanil, and then I thought to myself, I don't have what to do in Jamaica anymore. I don't want to come to Jamaica. I felt so afraid, so sad. I thought to myself, how can I go to Negril and feel good there without him present? And I talked with a lot of people, a lot of his friends.
Yeah, we sent to
Came
his
to
best
me.
friends, and
Yeah.
she told us the stories, and we just started to see on stories a lot of people who write R.I.P.
Yeah.
and a lot of picture of him, and then we're like, shit, it's like real.
It's
Like,
real. And then I talked to his sister in England, and I sent her a lot because I have a lot of pictures with him and photos and videos, and we did a lot of funny videos. So I sent them to her because I wanted her to have, I don't know, some memories. And
I think it's made us, I don't want to say hate Jamaica, because,
sometimes,
but in the beginning, it was like, we don't want to go back to this country.
yeah,
But then you understand that it's not, it could happen anywhere, basically. Here in Israel, in America, it's stuff like that can happen anywhere. It doesn't matter. Of course, in Jamaica, you have more stuff and gangs and whatever, but on the same time, it's not Jamaica fault. You understand what I mean? So it's took time, but then we got back to Jamaica and we started like to process the situation.
Yeah.
I remember
I also-
December I went and I sent
Yeah.
you a picture of Negril and
it
I'm like,
was
wow,
really
it's like,
difficult for me. I woke up in the morning and I thought to myself, if something had happened to me and he would know it, what he would feel, like. And I felt so close to him in one hand, and the other hand, I'm not something to him. Like, I'm not his girlfriend, or I'm not nothing. But my connection to him, my love to him was real, and it was there, and I felt so sad, deeply. I can't even describe it. And I felt also that no one can understand me now, that I'm alone in this. Because no one knows him here, and Ayelet
it's like
wasn't
you were in a
here.
dream,
Yeah.
like you had someone in a dream, you had someone for like 2 months and then something happened, and
Yes.
it's not like a boyfriend by the paper that people saw. And
But also, I thanks God that people, this guy, for example, this chef, he told me, I'm sorry that I told you like that, and I know that it was important to you. I saw it, and he was so kind, and he wanted to inform me because he understand that I was closed, and it's a news that I want to know, and it was important for me, and it was gentle.
yeah.
So also that, and people, also this Canadian girl that called me, and I talked with a lot of people. I spoke, I posted stuff because I felt that I need to pull it out, and I can't,
You
I
don't
can't.
know how.
Yeah, because people here doesn't know him and doesn't know the story, and it's like, it was so close and so far in the same time.
So this is pretty much the story.
Yeah.
We wanted to share it, but it took long.
I wrote a story about him also in my book. At first, I wrote a chapter on him, and it was before he died. And then I wrote another chapter after he died. So it's like, I love the authenticity because I didn't change the chapter before
Yeah.
he died. So it's like what it is and what I've experienced with him. So it's like, with all the difficulties. Yeah. So we love you.
Yeah, we love you.
Yes, I wish.
Some girl told me she has a Jamaican husband. She told me, when you have a Jamaican that live in Jamaica, you should understand that maybe you will
Losing.
lose him. And it was so
Wow.
yeah, it was so hard. When she told me that, after what happened, I'm like, really?
I remember back then because what happened when after Thailand, my boyfriend went back to Jamaica and he was in Jamaica till he got permission to live here. And I was afraid every time he didn't answer the phone or
Yeah.
I was like, no. Although I know that he doesn't do anything in Jamaica and it's not that he's going out and like, but still like the fact that I was afraid. It's not
Yeah.
like I am there and then I don't know, like it's different. Then you
True.
just send someone and he's there and you don't know what will be and like what he does, and also it's less dangerous for tourists. It's more for local people, so it's like, yeah, but dangerous in everywhere. So just trust God.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
For listening.
Yeah. And we love you and we love Jamaica. We've been through a lot in this country and I
It's
think that's
true.
what made us also to be so connected to this country because we've been through deep things.
Yeah.